Good evening and welcome to tonight's broadcast of Southern Oregon Conference football. Imagine using that for 3A football, but it is the Southern Oregon Conference, as basically really what we have here is a battle for the conference championship. A pair of teams undefeated in league play. It's homecoming night as the Cascade Christian Challengers get set to play host to the North Valley Knights. We thank you for joining us tonight, along with my cameraman Colton Treadway, and we've got baseball coach Kevin Schaefer from Cascade Christian, and a guy who's spent a day or two up at North Valley, coaching up in the ranks up there. And we welcome you to the broadcast tonight.
Thanks, Jim. It's going to be fun and looking forward to it.
So we're coming up. We got a couple of teams. Cascade coming off a bye week, and I suppose now putting you in that coach's perspective, when you've got guys that have had a little bit of a break, how does that work? Is there any concern about rust or just losing that edge, or usually you just appreciate the fact you got the rest?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you get an opportunity, to kind of heal up some of those bumps and bruises that kind of nag guys throughout weeks that you don't necessarily get to work on. But I think just your sharpness, how sharp, the timing, are some of the things that, you hope come back quicker, sooner than later. And I think with the way our program and Coach Getman and those guys get those guys prepared, I would guess that they had a pretty good week of practice.
All that they have. And, of course, I know that this team's been everybody's banged up this time of year, but that's one of those benefits about playing that 0 week, which the Vail Vikings, that game all the way back going into Labor Day weekend, gave them an opportunity to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's a good opportunity to rejuvenate yourself and get yourself ready to go.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
We pray for safety for these boys on the field, for camaraderie, sports.
The Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet.
The playing of our national anthem by the Cascade Christian High School band under the direction of Jerry Wood, and
getting better and better every week.
Yeah, you got it. It's like, well, that's kind of what you want to do. You want to be peaking.
Peaking in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you've got some familiarity. I mean, you're obviously, baseball is your wheelhouse. Nonetheless, you're a regular down here at the ballpark. You get to watch, some of your baseball players playing football week after week. And as you look at this matchup tonight between the challengers with all of their speed, nonetheless, you've got this North Valley team that is not short on weapons itself.
Yeah, no, I think the biggest key, just knowing Coach DeForest and kind of what they run offensively is is for them to keep their offensive on the field and keep our offense off. And I think with the heavy run game, the clock's going to keep running, and I think their hopes are to limit possessions for the challengers as much as they can and score points when they have the ball.
Well, I got to imagine that's one of the things is that if North Valley can keep the penalties to goal roar, what I see week after week, it seems like we've seen on more than one occasion, a lot of teams try that very same tack with the challengers, play ball control, get those long drives, chew up the clock, and things of that nature. They look like they're moving the ball pretty well. Then a penalty happens.
Yeah.
Or maybe you get a couple in a row. And then on top of that, you end up with a turnover somewhere along the line. It seems like I remember Andy Maurer talking a number of years ago when he goes to the program that if the drive got much beyond 6 plays, he became more and more concerned about the possibility of that turnover the longer the drive goes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think Coach Sean does a great job defensively of putting together a scheme that, applies a lot of pressure. If you see our games, you see that we get to quarterbacks quite a bit, and so I think that's a plus on our end, and I think it creates more opportunities for those turnovers. And to me, if a team has to punt, that's almost like a turnover because you're kicking it to Skaggs or you're kicking it to Bryson Walker, and the chances of it going, for 6 is pretty good.
Well, what do you do with a team that has a lot of speed? Because you just mentioned it, Caleb Scaglione, and sometimes, except for he scored all these touchdowns, he gets lost in the mix. That includes Derek Farmer, who was a champion in the 100 and 200 last spring. And then you have Bryson Walker, who just cuts on a dime, and he's off to the races.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest plus for us is our speed. I mean, you look across the field, and we don't have a lot of average type speed guys. We have a lot of guys with good speed, and then we have several guys like Skaggs and Farmer and Bewalk that have great speed. And so I think that's a huge tool and a huge piece for us because a simple handoff in the backfield could turn into a 70-yard touchdown just like that.
Well, we've seen it. Some people say, well, why doesn't Walker have gaudier stats? Well, part of the reason is like he touches the ball and he goes 70 yards for a touchdown. You don't get a lot of carries when, every time you touch the ball, you score.
Yeah. It's one of those things, too, where they get through the first level and the chance of them breaking one is pretty good. So it'll be interesting to see if North Valley can up front kind of keep them at that first level. But hopefully, our offensive weapons can get to the second level and take it to the house.
All right, the team captains are gathered at midfield, taking care of the Knights will receive the opening kick. Coin flip, and the Knights have won, and they will elect to receive the opening kick. We're just a couple of minutes away from the start of tonight's contest. We'll take a quick break, and then when we return, we'll get you set for kickoff here on TableRockSports.net.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Well, welcome back to Gary H. Wheeler Field in Medford. It is homecoming night for Cascade Christian. North Valley has won the toss and will elect to receive. Back deep is Cade Moore, getting set to kick off for the Challengers. A guy that's been a real weapon, not only at defensive end, not only at tight end, but he's been a weapon with his right foot.
I was just about ready to bet you if it was going to be a touchback.
I'll bet you're right. You got that adrenaline going.
Yes, sir.
So here we go. The hay's in the barn. Here's the kick. Well, if I'd have bet you, I'd have lost.
I know.
So let's take a look at the starting lineup. The offense for North Valley goes like this. Quarterback is junior Shane Cipher. In the backfield will be Cade Moore, Gabe Dahlberg, and Wyatt Knox. The tight end is John Booth as they operate in the single wing. Max Friedman is the wide receiver. We've got Ryan Douglas, Tanner Core, Landon Montgomery, Jesse Vehar, and Malachi Lohr along the offensive line. We'll go ahead and now we got a first down and 10.
Next quarterback is number 5, Shane Cipher.
Takes the snap, hands it forward, pick up a few yards on the play. Now let's go ahead and show you that lineup now. Again for North Valley. Cipher, Moore, Dahlberg, Knox, Booth, Friedman, Douglas, Core, Montgomery, Vehar, and Malachi Lohr. What I think is interesting about this team, Kevin, is that as we get set here for the 2nd and 6, is this team in terms of size, it's like they're pretty evenly matched, actually.
Yeah, traditionally we're not very big on the line, but we're very good at what we do, and the scheme is always very, very good.
I'll go ahead and run it to the right, get it out over the 25-yard line up to about the 27. Let's meet the Challenger defense for you.
Knox on the carry.
And it looks like this. They'll go with the 3-4 set. Up front, Nathan Kuhl, Blake Patero, and Alex Fianaka. Linebackers, Michael Covey, Caleb Parker, White Hurley, and Seth Scaglione. Caleb Scaglione and Hutton Walker are the corners. Bryson Walker and Derek Farmer are the safeties as we have a 3rd down and 3. Single bat set. Moore in motion. Heads back to the left. Cipher, the left-hander.
Oh, incomplete.
Oh, man, and it looked like Knox just about had it, but that'll bring up a 4th down. And maybe an interesting decision here for DeForest, other than the fact that maybe probably field position isn't the greatest to try to go for it.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to punt. The big thing will be that I'm curious to see is, are they going to punt away from Skaggs? But it looks like both Bryson and Skaggs are back, so this could get interesting.
Both are exceedingly dangerous. Scaglione has scored this season in just about any fashion that you can think of. Snap a little bit high, but controlled. Nice kick. And there, Walker has just a little bit of trouble with it, but he hauls it in, and the Challengers get good field position on their first drive of the game. Let's go ahead and take a look at that Challenger offense for you. Quarterback is Derek Farmer, Bryson Walker in the backfield, Caleb Scaglione, Caleb Parker, Seth Scaglione, and Alex Fianaka, the receivers. And then along the line, Blake Patero, White Hurley, Tucker Maben, Joey Menard, and Nathan Kuhl. 1st and 10 for the Challengers at their own 42-yard line. Their opening offensive play of the night. Scaglione in motion. Farmer's going to keep it. He'll go ahead and break out to the left. Shows a little bit of that 4-5 speed as he makes his way out to midfield.
Yeah, he did a good job of kind of going right, but then changed directions as it was kind of bottled up and got outside for a gain of 8.
And we'll introduce that North Valley defense for you right after this play. And thank Coach DeForest for supplying that. So we'll give you a nice little graphic display here at the beginning of the game. Pickup of 8 on the play brings up a 2nd down and 2. Farmer with Walker, the single setback. 2 wide to the right. Scaglione now in motion to the left side. Farmer takes the snap. Walker breaks it to the outside. He has running room, keeps his feet, picks up the 1st down yardage and more. And let's go ahead and meet that starting defense for North Valley. It'll look like this. Jesse Behar, Landon Montgomery, and Malachi Lowe up front. The linebackers, Tanner Core, Caleb Garland, and John Booth. They're going to go ahead and go with a nickel look in the back. Wyatt Bell, Gabe Dahlberg, Max Friedman, Cade Moore, and Kevin Champion. Challengers 1st and 10, down to the 41 of the Knights. Their opening series of the ball game. Farmer, short drop, quick completion. Caleb Parker, one of those Challengers seniors. Not a lot of seniors on this squad, Kevin, but I tell you what, where they've got that experience, they're really blessed.
Yeah, they did a good job. Looks like their DBs are playing off our receivers a little bit, and nice little pitch and catch by Derek. And be interesting to see. It looks like North Valley's kind of trying to take care of the run, but I think that's going to open some big pass plays for Derek.
Derek Farmer coming in the top 10 in passing yards for the season, 56 out of 94. And here he'll go ahead and swing one out to Caleb Scaglione. He's got first down yardage and more as he works his way into the red zone.
Yeah, it's interesting. The guy that was locked up with Skaggs defensively was about 15 yards off the ball. And so that was kind of just an easy swing pass, and, 15 yards down the field, the guy's making contact with him.
Well, you certainly get the impression that this Knight coaching staff, this Knight defense, greatly respects the speed of the Challengers.
Yeah, and it's hard when you have this type of speed. It's hard to simulate it during practice.
Alex Fianaka in motion. Now they get a little heavier to the left side. Farmer rolling to his right, looking downfield, directing traffic, and he's going to go ahead and take off and run with it. He'll get it down to right around the 15-yard line before he's run out, and that's what speed will do for you.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to swing it to Covey there kind of in the flat, and Covey got wrapped up by a defensive lineman, so Derek just decided to run the ball.
So Mikey Covey, one of those players that doesn't start offense, part of the starting defense, and he's just one of those guys about mid-season, his freshman season last year, has just really come on game by game. Bryson Walker with it. He has running room. Touchdown, Challenger.
Great kick-out block by Covey on that side. Kind of opened up a big hole, and once Bryson gets in it, you don't have a chance to chase him down.
Let's show you the replay on that.
At the 9:06 mark of the first quarter.
Challengers are lining up, and you can just see as that hole opens up, give a call to the offensive line for doing a nice job for Walker on his first touch of the game. He ends up taking it to the house. Walker moves left, runs
Flag
right.
on the play.
And now here on the extra point try, we have a penalty against the Challengers. And
it looked like it was a false start on the left side.
And if there has been an area that's dogged the Challengers a little bit on the season, it's gotten generally better as time has gone on. It has been the penalties. And I wonder sometimes if that isn't the youth of the offensive line.
Yeah, I know that was a frustration early in the year. I feel like they've cleaned those up throughout as we've been going, but you just make an extra point a little farther, and Fianaka's definitely got plenty of leg to do that.
Oh, there's no question about that. And here's the kick. It is up and right down Broadway. It is good.
I think I parked in the wrong spot.
Might have to call Bill's Glass when it's all said and done. 9:06 left to go here in the first quarter of play. Challengers lead 7-0. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be back here on TableRockSports.net.
The Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
The Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Well, once again, different kick. Same result as
20-yard line.
Fianaka ends up booting this thing into the end zone. And just like that, the Challengers have jumped out to the early 7-0 lead. And we've talked about it a little bit, Kevin, but what this is going to be like for the Knights. Now that they find themselves trailing, does it already start putting pressure on them to start throwing the ball?
Well, I think they're going to try to stay to the game plan. Again, I think just because of the running clock with being on run plays and any incomplete passes stopping the clock. But I don't think they'll panic yet, but you get a couple more scores and they're going to have to do something they're not used to doing.
And right there, wrapping him up in the backfield, Blake Patero. Well, and here's a kid you know a thing or two about for the Challengers.
Yeah, Blake is he was pretty special for us in the baseball field as a freshman, and unfortunately got dinged up a little bit our first week of league, but we got him back in time for our run to the state championship game, and he pitched phenomenal in that game. So he's definitely someone that on the baseball field is very, very good.
Well, one of the things I think is interesting is, one of the things I think is nice about a smaller school, you got kids who are playing multiple sports and a lot of different opportunities. And right now they're going to go ahead and run this one out to the right side of the field, and over there is Caden Moore. But once again, the Challenger defense, we've talked about what the speed can do offensively, but the challenge for North Valley right now is trying to counter that speed, hopefully maybe with some power and some blocking, but right now find themselves 3rd and long.
Yeah, it's so hard to try to get something outside of the tackles with the speed in the secondary with Bryson and Hutt and Farmer and Skaggs, and those guys just run things down so quick.
So we got a 3rd down and 16. North Valley at their own 14-yard line. And North Valley going to try to run that one up the middle. They'll get a couple of yards out of it. And that'll bring up 4th down. And once again, we'll be looking for the Knights to kick that away. And
that was an interesting play call with such long yardage. It was almost like they tried to hope that they would bust something, but we wrapped it up pretty quick at the line.
For North Valley.
So the Knights will get set to kick it away. Kick high in the air and ends up out of bounds near midfield, going out right about along that North Valley sideline. And so the Challengers will take back over with great field position.
Yeah, looks like they're going to mark it at the 35.
Ouch.
First down.
Stay tuned at halftime for stats and updates brought to you by the Medford Parks and Recreation Department. The Fall Activities Guide is out now with sports leagues, classes, and activities for all. Visit playmedford.com to learn more. Also, we'll be streaming live the presentation of the homecoming court for Cascade Christian. Homecoming night for them. I believe senior night next week against Lakeview. They'll go ahead and hand the ball to Walker. Walker's going to go ahead and power his way up the middle. I think one of the things that's deceptive about him, Kevin, is the fact that he's a little guy, but he's got a lot of strength.
Oh, he's a very strong young man. I give him a bad time that he can't wear shorts during baseball season around me because his legs are bigger than mine. So we kind of have that rule on the field.
I forgot about that, but yeah, he's one of your middle infielders.
Yes, he is.
Farmer taking the snap. Walker with it. Cuts, spins. He'll pick up first down yardage and work his way down into the red zone.
It's like the ball's going to be on the 19.
Walker again on the carry.
So the Challengers move the chains with 6:20 left to go in the first quarter of play.
Bryson's helmet came off, so it looks like Covey came in for him.
Ball at the 20-yard line. First down.
So Mikey will
Challengers.
And there's
line up in the backfield.
There's another one with great speed.
Yeah, he kind of gets. It's easy to bury him in the mix until you play on defense.
Yes.
Covey in the backfield along with Farmer. Going in motion is Scaglione. Farmer will roll out to his left, looking downfield, and he's going to go ahead and take off and run with it. Gets to the 10, inside the 5, and it looks like he stepped out right around the 1.
Yep, they're going to mark it right about the 1. Our receivers did a good job of when they noticed that Derek was going to run, of kind of locking up on their man and getting some good blocks downfield.
First and goal.
So clock as they set things stopped momentarily at 5:40 to go in the first. Challengers scoring on the first drive of the game thanks to Bryson Walker, who is one of the tops in the state in rushing touchdowns. And he'll get the carry here, spins around in traffic. Did he get in?
Yep.
They say he did.
+1. Can add another one to it. Right now, the Challengers are just doing the offensive line. Coach Seeley's offensive line is doing a great job of just moving guys, and a lot of big holes. And like we said, you get that speed in those holes, and it's going to be a fun day for them.
We'll show you the replay on that. Walker in the backfield, and give a call to the offensive line. I think that was somewhat the question coming in as they graduated a number of players last year. And here, new guys, no problem, as the Challengers take the 13-0 lead, now make it 14 on the kick by Alex Fianacca. We'll pause for messages, and we'll be back in 60 seconds. You're watching high school football on TableRockSports.net.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bro treatment.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Alex Fianacca getting set to kick it away for the Challengers, who now leading the ball game 14-0. And once again, this will land in the middle of the end zone. And so the Knights will take over at their own 20-yard line as they begin their third drive of the ball game. And we've talked a little bit about it, Kevin, but a guy that the Knights surely must be missing tonight is Hayden Taylor.
Yeah, absolutely. He's one of probably their best speed guy, I would think. I had the opportunity to coach both of his older brothers, Colby and Benny, and he's a phenomenal athlete, a strong, tough kid, and broke his arm a couple of weeks ago, and it's kind of an unfortunate thing for him. But hopefully we'll see him in the spring when he's healthy.
Man in motion, and they'll go ahead and hand the ball to Dahlberg. Dahlberg tried to work the right side of that offensive line. Might have picked up about a yard, close to 2 on the play to bring up second down.
Looks like Skaggs and Bewalk and Wyatt there on the tackle.
Well, I know one of the things in talking with Coach Sean, the defensive coordinator, it just talks about how his team, they just fly to the ball.
Yeah, if you watch a practice, I bet come out and get bored and watch some of their practices, and it's just they really focus on being fast and rallying to the football, and as you watch us play defense, that's really kind of their cry.
Sign for the quarterback. Got a man in motion. That's Moore. He'll draw back, roll to his left, completes the pass. Looks like Dahlberg there with the reception. He gets it across the 30-yard line, up to the 31.
First down.
And so the Knights with their first down of the contest. Sometimes that's just all you need to do. You need to kind of get a couple of series in, get your feet underneath you, and it's like, okay, we're here, and they put their pants on one leg at a time like we do, and they're human, we're human.
Yeah, it was the same play that they missed in their first possession that they threw incomplete. It ended up in punting, so connected there for good yards.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. And they'll go to the ground game there with the carry is Dahlberg.
That was stuffed by Wyatt and Fianaka.
Well, you're talking about a pair of guys. Well, there's just so many playmakers. You know, I can remember back in the days of Dante Olson. He would usually lead the team in tackles by a mile. Not that the rest of the team wasn't good, but he was just. What gets me about this team, Wyatt, I know, was the team leader in tackles for much of the season, but really, this defense, everybody gets into the act.
Yeah, they do a good job of kind of sharing tackles and doing their job and staying committed to their assignments.
North Valley, they like to do a lot of motion here, and they've moved things to try to work a play to the right. They'll go ahead and hand the ball with it. Carrying is Wyatt Knox. Knox tries to get to the edge.
Looked like Caleb Scaglione coming up and making the hit for, looks like no gain.
So that'll bring up 3rd and long for North Valley.
The other thing I've noticed just from years past to this year is it seems like there's been a pretty good rotation on the defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
I think Coach Seeley and Coach Sean do a good job of kind of getting different defensive linemen in to keep them fresh.
Yeah, well, I know one guy we'll see a little bit less of since he got hurt, but Tucker Maben was one of those guys that would see time, and we'll see Austin Cook mixed in there as well. Now running around, getting some pressure, falling to the turf, and there to finish off the play is Seth Scaglione, Caleb's cousin, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Seth did a good job coming from the backside, and their quarterback just never saw him.
And that'll move the ball back to the 20, so it'll be a 4th and very long, and that will force the Knights to kick it away. But, you know, I got to say one thing in favor of the Knights is that these last several years, what Coach DeForest has done with this program, he's molded them back into being a contender in this league.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they just come off a year where they lost in the semifinals, I believe, last year. So he's done a good job of kind of rebuilding that and doing a good job of kind of being competitive with what he has. And I know just knowing him, the competitor he is, he's definitely one of those guys that he's going to get his kids to compete.
Jonas Hemsley, the punter for North Valley. Kind of a high, short kick, and once again the challengers with excellent field position as they take over, and they look to stretch their 14-0 lead with 2:29 left to go in the first.
The net yardage for the punter isn't very good today.
Well, it's tough when you got all that pressure coming at you.
Yes.
Farmer takes the snap, dropping back, looking to throw.
Just through
looking
Parker's
for his man,
hands.
Caleb Parker, incomplete.
Pretty good throw, just maybe a little high, but the timing was good. And coverage was pretty decent by the Knights.
Champion defending on the plate, 2nd down.
Champion there with the coverage for North Valley. Coming into the game, Parker, the 2nd leading receiver on the team with 10 catches on the year, and has one to his credit tonight. Will bring up a 2nd down and 10. Challengers at the 40-yard line of North Valley. Walker in the backfield with Farmer, and there's Bryson getting set to take off. He'll take the ball from the 40 down to about the 36. Get this, Coach, only 4 yards on the carry.
Yeah, he did a good job of kind of trying to kick it back to the outside, and the North Valley guy got a hold of him, was strong enough to keep a hold of him.
Well, one of the nice things out of it, you get a 3rd down and 6, and that opens up a good portion of the playbook for the Challenger offense. 2 receivers out to the right, going empty backfield as Walker is one of the slot receivers. And now Scaglione with the carry. He'll take the ball, dashes out of the backfield, crosses the 30-yard line, gets it down to about the 25, where he'll pick up another Challenger first down.
Good run by Skaggs. Good job of staying patient with his blockers and just kind of found a hole.
Well, you're right about that. I mean, sometimes it's not just a matter of being fast. It's like if you're smart about the way you run and your timing and everything else, you can get that much more out of it.
Yeah, he did a good job of just kind of being patient and letting everything kind of form in front of him.
1st and 10, Challengers at the 24-yard line. Empty backfield once again, but Walker back there now. Farmer looking to take a shot, looking for Scaglione. Battle for the
Touchdown.
ball. He catches it. Touchdown, Challengers.
It was a good job of Skaggs of going up and high pointing that ball, kind of wrestled away from the night defender.
Touchdown, Challenger.
Okay, let's show you the replay on that. I tell you what, quite a catch. Battle for the ball there.
Yeah. Maybe a little underthrown, but Derek gave his receiver a chance to go up and get it, and that's all you can ask for, right?
Absolutely. So you see here on the play, motion man. And Farmer rears back and throws.
Fianaka in for the extra point.
They're a battle for the ball. And there's Scaglione to haul it in. And now the point after attempt by Fianaka.
Extra point is good.
Alex Fianaka. Now I guess we'll go ahead and keep it right here, Coach. One of the things I want to talk about is the improvement of Fianaka as a kicker. You remember last year, it seemed like the kicking game was a little bit of an adventure for the Challengers, but he put in a lot of hard work to make it better.
Yeah, it's something you've noticed that I know he's put a lot of work in over the summer and done some of those kicking camp things, and it's really become a weapon. I mean, he's hit, a 48-yarder at Hidden Valley. To be able to have your opposing team start on the 20 every possession is definitely, something that's good for your defense. And then, he doubles as a pretty good defender and a pretty good tight end.
Absolutely. Well, that's just one of those things. And I think in the 3A ranks, one of the challenges you see with some teams is they don't have much of a kicking game.
Right.
You can remember years gone by where Scio, they don't even bother to do it.
Right. Yeah, it's a matter of 8 or 6. It's definitely something that's we're lucky to have, and it's good that he's improved and really put the work in to see it come to fruition at the end.
Tucker Maben getting ready to check in there on the coverage unit for the Challengers.
They must be betting on a touchback.
I think so. We'll see what happens here. Thank you to our sponsors for making tonight's coverage possible, including the Lithia Superstore on Highway 62. Your home for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles and trucks. Check out our sponsor, Lithia Superstore. End over end kick.
Oh, he's getting tired. That one just barely got into the end zone.
Ball be brought to the 20-yard line on the touchback.
Well, he has been a busy man in the first quarter. And speaking of which, we're about 56 minutes left to go here in the first. The Challengers up to the 21-0 lead. But Farmer's touchdown pass tonight, that is his 8th on the season. And here again, you would think that probably those numbers would probably be higher as much as the Challengers score. But they score in so many different ways and quickly.
Yeah, and I was just going to say something when Parker with the second leading receiver with 10 catches, and it's you look at the stats and they're kind of different because they're 1 plays or 2 plays, and you're putting points on the board and not really a lot of driven out play or drives.
Throwing the ball, catching the pass. That's Friedman, Max Friedman. He's a junior, but he's one of those players who just seems like he's been around forever, which really tells me is that right from the get-go in terms of his high school career, Friedman was one of those players that was making a contribution right out of the gate.
Yeah, and the quarterback did a good job of getting that just over Mikey Covey, who kind of rolled underneath the route, and that could have been trouble if he didn't get it over the top of him.
Cypher, you can tell, a good athlete at quarterback, and I think he gives Coach DeForest some options in terms of what they can do. That they like to run, but they can throw when they need to. And there with the carry, picking up a couple of yards on the play, Wyatt Knox, sophomore, 5'9", 160 pounds, and he makes it a 3rd and short for the Knights.
Knox, the ball carrier.
The North Valley Knights, 3rd down and 3.
That is the end of the first quarter.
And that will mark the end of the first quarter of play. Your score after one, Cascade Christian 21, and the Knights nothing. We'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
So at halftime, we will have our home.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you. Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Opening play of the 3rd quarter. Knights pick up the first down, move the sticks here, so they get a little momentum here as we move into the 2nd quarter of play.
Ball at the 37-yard line.
Officials just blowing their whistle extra because the clock wasn't stopped for the first down. That's Drew Waits, in case you're wondering. It's normally my position, but I had to leave it to him. I hope he does a good job. I don't want to come back to a mess.
A pass complete there by Cipher. Looked like out there is Friedman making the catch. Forward momentum will take him up to the 41-yard line.
To Freeman.
Yeah, pretty good job of our cornerback closing and getting the tackle without any contact after catch or any yards after catch.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Looking at North Valley's schedule, they'll close out their regular season with a home date against Klamath Union, and I'm quite sure probably that'll be set up for a senior recognition night in North Valley with several seniors on the squad.
Yeah, that's the one thing that'll be nice with our Lakeview game will be the senior night will be fairly short.
It will be, and here, loss on the play as North Valley tries to get something going offensively, but the challengers, there's always just a sea of purple around the ball, and that'll end up with a loss of about 5 on the play to bring up a 3rd and 12.
I don't know who it was that broke through, but they broke through and almost took the handoff from the quarterback themselves.
Seen that more than a couple of times. You know, what do they say? Speed kills.
Yes, it does.
Got 10 minutes left to go in the 2nd quarter of play. It being homecoming night, we got all kinds of stuff going on, and thankfully, the rain for the most part, we were ready for a torrential downpour.
You're jinxing us.
Sorry.
You're jinxing us.
Oh, it'll be Dahlberg with the carry. Well, you know who this is on if
yes, absolutely.
Bryson Walker.
You're probably thinking during baseball season, keep that to yourself.
Yes, we play plenty in the rain, especially being here in Oregon. Looks like they're going to choose to
the
punt
4
again.
seasons and sometimes all of them in one day.
Yes.
So that'll bring up a 4th down and 7. Hemsley will get ready to kick it away. Got some pressure coming. Gets the kick away, and this one looks like he hooked it just a little bit, and it'll land out somewhere about the vicinity of the 39-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to mark it on the 43.
So 9 minutes to go in the first half of play. Challengers in the driver's seat here.
So it's really kind of turned into the start that you want if you're a challenger, but definitely not the start you want if you're a Knight fan.
Well, we have 3 drives. Oh, well, I'll tell you what you call a punter on the Challengers. Unemployed.
Yes. Yes.
It's probably a good thing they don't have a lot of specialists in high school. And here, taking off and running with it. Good little fake there by Derek Farmer. He takes it to the edge. He's got running room.
Oh, looked like he stepped out of bounds about the 46.
And that will be enough for a Challenger first down.
It's just so hard to tackle Derek because he kind of gives you the juke, and as a defender you're going full speed to chase him and catch him, and then you see him kind of put his foot in the ground, and so you kind of let up, and then he just continues right by it.
Second leading rusher on the Challengers with 360 coming into the ball game, and I think probably with all the weapons he has around him, he's a guy that probably in some systems he would also be the lead runner on top of being the quarterback, but again, the Challengers have the luxury of options, and those will definitely come in handy as the matchups get tougher. Farmer, little pitch and catch to Scaglione.
Looks like it's going to be enough for a first down.
And the chain gang is moving. Looks like he went out right about the 36, 37-yard line.
Yeah, again, the DBs are just, the cushion between them and our receivers is just so big. I can see some of those plays are just going to be big yardage if we can complete them.
Seth, one of those kind of low-key players, but a big contributor. Scaglione there with his 4th catch of the season. But what an instrumental player he is from his linebacker spot defensively.
Yeah, he's had a good year. He's a kid. He's one of our baseball kids and just does what's asked of him and does a pretty good job of doing what he does.
And Seth will split out wide to the left. And now going in motion to the left side is his cousin Caleb. And now they'll hand to Walker. Walker cuts it to the outside. And some good pursuit there defensively by the Knights.
Yeah, the Knights did a good job of kind of kept kicking him out. Somebody got their hands on him to kind of slow him down a little bit, and then they were able to rally to him and get him down for a gain of 5.
John Booth over there for North Valley. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 6 after a gain of 4 on the play. Ball at the 31-yard line of North Valley with 8:06 left to go in the half. Farmer hands it. Walker headed toward the sideline. He'll get inside the 20, close to the 15.
Good job of Bryce just kind of putting his shoulder down and running over, looks like Cypher, their quarterback.
I got Bryson in one of my U.S. history classes, and I helped. He used him as an illustration. We were talking about the American Revolution and how the Colonials won in spite of being shorthanded. We started talking about that will to win.
Yes,
nobody's going to stop me, and Walker definitely has that.
He is the nicest kid in the world, but his competitive bone is pretty big.
I think I know what dad he might get that from.
And little brother isn't bad either.
Oh, not at all. There's a pass complete, and there to take it home for the touchdown. There is Caleb Scaglione.
No, Fianacca.
Oh, Fianacca.
Pass complete, Alex Fianacca.
So Fianacca takes it home for the touchdown.
15-yard touchdown pass at the 7:45 mark of the second quarter.
Quick pass play there, and there's Fianacca.
Well, at least he's not kicking towards my truck now.
Yeah.
Kick is good. Timeout.
Fianaka. Point after attempt. He bangs it home. And the Challengers are up 28-0. About midway through the second quarter. And we'll be back with more for you right after these messages.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for 30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as a fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning.
Here at Gary H. Wheeler Field, Challengers lead in the ball game.
From the 40.
28-0. Fianaka getting set to kick it away. Moore back deep to receive. But poor Moore, the return man, he's been kind of a lonely man back there this evening.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, it's Fianaka consistently kicks balls into the middle of the end zone, and at some point, I'm sure they're saying, "Why am I standing out here, Coach?"
Well, you got to wonder if at some point Fianaka, after he's kicked it away about 5 times, that at some point he's going to wear out eventually, isn't he?
Yeah, I noticed last game. He had some shorter kicks, but I think they were kind of designed.
Yes.
To kind of balls that were landing about the 5 with good height. So you may see some of that as well.
Yeah. Well, I asked him about that. It looked like you were wearing out there. So I don't know. I wasn't wearing out. That was they were calling for that. Here on first down.
Ooh.
Right straight up the middle for North Valley.
Big tackle by Tucker Maben.
Dahlberg, the ball carrier.
Dahlberg with the carry. He'll end up picking up a couple of yards on the play, but once again, you're talking about some depth. Sometimes that's what injuries will do for you. I mean, originally, Tucker was starting at that nose tackle spot, got hurt, and then that kind of really paved the way for Nathan Kuhl.
Yeah,
to get on the
right
action.
now it looks like you got Tucker and Austin Cook and Nate Kuhl, who's a freshman, on that front line.
So we got a second down and 8 for the Knights. Try to work that left side. Cade Moore over there.
Moore on the carry.
Bryson Walker with the tackle.
Walker on the stop.
So Bryson Walker, not only a weapon defensive, of course, I'll always remember him for making that big tackle against Vale in a game that it might have been the quarterfinals a couple of years ago.
That Crater.
Really, that was the final that year, if you ask me.
Yeah, and what's funny is if you weren't watching games all year, people would think that he started all year. Yeah. And he was a kid that didn't start really until the playoffs when Maurer got hurt.
So third down and 11. Some motion by the Knights. And they'll try to take off and try to get something out of it. But there gets a lick put on him.
Big hit by Parker and Bewak.
Booth over there for North Valley.
Simper on the keeper.
And that'll bring up fourth down.
Bryson Walker, among others, in on the hit.
Kind of seeing the body language of the Knights change a little bit.
Official timeout.
Just from a standpoint of it seems like when everything's going wrong, sometimes it's hard to kind of compete, and it looks like was it number 12 who just ran the balls at 12 or 2?
12.
Looks like he's a little shaken up.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, they're calling an official's timeout, and while they look after him, we just want to take this opportunity to remind you, it seems like there's one of these places on every corner. Take advantage of it. Before or after the game is a great time to visit Dutch Bros and enjoy your favorite beverage. Dutch Bros supports the communities that support them. And for over 60 years, there's no better place after the game than Abby's Pizza. Make new memories at Abby's. And talking about making memories this evening, we got homecoming coming up at halftime, and several familiar faces for Cascade Christian out there, and part of that court, including our quarterback.
Yeah, it's always a fun time, and it's always cool to celebrate all kids in the school, and to see those types of things. And they get the big dance tomorrow, and we got a good student section tonight, and so a lot of energy, and it's always good on a Friday night to have that kind of energy.
So 4th down, Knights set to kick it away.
Ooh.
Kind of a short kick. It'll stay in the field of play up until it gets just past midfield, and the Challengers short field to work with as they take over on offense.
Yep, going to mark it right on the 50. I was expecting Bryson to pick that thing up like a ground ball and scoot to the outside.
Punt is out of bounds at the 50-yard line.
So ball right at about the 50.
First down.
And the Challengers come out, empty backfield. 5 receivers set. Trips out to the left side, twins to the left. Farmer, though, just going to run it right straight up the middle, and he'll pick up a Challenger first down as he gets inside the 35.
Gain of about 16 for Derek. They just spread everybody out, let him get up the middle.
Challengers on the move once again, and we're making jokes about the lack of punting, and so far the Challengers without a single punt this evening.
Yeah, it's funny because I've been to every home game, and I don't know if I could tell you who punts. I'm guessing Fianaka.
Yes. Farmer looking left and then rolls
Scott
to his
Skaggs
right.
Wide open.
Got Caleb Scaglione down there, and they can't quite connect.
It's a pretty good throw by Derek, rolling out to his right, throwing it, 30 yards in the air, just out of the reach of Caleb Scaglione.
Well, and again, that's one of those things. I like that call on first down. I like it when you're in a situation where you got some momentum going, and it's like, let's go ahead and take a shot here and see what happens.
Yeah, and we're on our side of the field, so you're probably 4 downs if you got to that point. And yeah, I like the play call, and we just missed, and it was a pretty good throw, just missed it.
Going in motion, Caleb Scaglione. He'll work his way over to the right side. Farmer dropping back, looking to throw. Little swing pass, and that is caught by Michael Covey. He'll end up taking off to the races. He'll get inside the 10, all the way down to just inside the 5.
That's been a play that the Knights have ran a couple of different weeks. Last 2 weeks ago, I believe it was Fianaka that ran that same screen play for a touchdown. This time it was Mikey Covey, and a very well executed play.
Well, once again, the Challengers, everybody getting into the act tonight. This will put the ball down at the 7-yard line. First and goal for the Challengers. Trying to look to add to that 28-0 lead. Walker in the backfield along with Farmer. Over to the left side, it's Parker and Scaglione. Covey tight right. They'll go ahead and hand the ball off. Not a heck of a lot happening there. Maybe a yard, if that.
Yeah, it looked like he might have lost a yard. Good job by the Knights defensive line and kind of getting penetration and being able to get their hands on him early.
Booth a part of the action there for
the 8-yard line.
The Knights. Loss of a yard on the play. So now the Challengers 8 yards out as Caleb Parker splits out wide to the right. Tight formation here. Farmer out of the shotgun. He's going to go ahead and hand it to Walker. And just like that, he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Challenger.
Touchdown, Challenger. Walker, an 8-yard touchdown run.
So Bryson Walker ends up
of the second quarter
with an 8-yard touchdown run. You're only going to keep him in check so long.
Yeah, and like, they do a good job. The line has done a great job of getting contact, pushing their guys back, and then letting Bryson get into that second level. And like we've said before, if he gets to the second level, it's you're in trouble.
Fianaka attempting the point after, and he knocks it through. Challengers with the 35-0 lead. We'll take a timeout right now, and on the other side of this break, we'll have more football for you on CableRockSports.net.
Homecoming ceremony.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Yes. 4:28 left to go in the first half of play. Challengers leading 35-0 on their homecoming night. Alex Fianaka will get set to kick it away for Cascade Christian. In addition to work with the right foot, he's also scored a touchdown for the Challengers in the passing game. End over end kick. This one stays in the field of play. It'll be returned by the Knights. Moore with it. Nice little shift and cut there as he crosses the 15. Gets it out to the 17.
Moore on the return.
Good job of covering. It could be real easy for you to get lazy on the kickoff when your guy's kicking it out of the back of the end zone all the time. So good job by the coverage team.
I've seen it a time or two before, yeah.
Good job by the coverage team of covering that up.
So the Knights will try to see if they can't get something on the scoreboard here as we work our way into the latter portions of the first half. Today's game is brought to you by the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's Know Your Role campaign, promoting respectful behavior at youth sporting events, and by Hard Insurance, providing personal and business coverage in Grants Pass and Medford. Play for the Knights, and just as no sooner than it gets started, Dahlberg, no place to run, no place to hide as the Challengers swallow that up, and looks like they'll incur a loss of a yard on the play.
Yeah, swallowed up by 4 or 5 guys.
Right up front right now, you got that starting unit, that front three. Blake Patereau, Nathan Kuhl, Alex Fianaka. Talk about multi-sport athletes. Fianaka, a good thrower on track.
Yeah.
And the other two guys up there with him, well, you'll see them in the spring.
Yes, we will. Both of them are pretty good baseball players.
Pass underthrown. Cypher looking in the direction of Kate Moore. It'll fall incomplete, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 11.
Got some famous people in the stands today. Looks like Super Mario's here.
I think so.
Getting close to Halloween.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to go invest in one, you got to wear it more than just once,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Alumni tailgate party tonight. Pretty good turnout in spite of the weather. And the pass, he caught it.
Yes, he did.
Good work there by Friedman as he picks up a North Valley first down.
I was wondering when they were going to try that matchup. I watched a couple of games of theirs early, and they like to just kind of throw it up to him and let him go get it.
Well, at 6'4", Friedman provides a nice target for Cypher, the quarterback, and they connect there and move the sticks up toward midfield with 2:33 left to go in the half.
And pretty good coverage by Hutt. The guy's 4 inches taller, 8 inches taller. Looks like the Challengers stuffed it at the line of scrimmage again.
Dahlberg not getting much anywhere on that play.
No gain on the play. Fianaka on the tackle.
Alex Fianaka there. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Austin Cook seeing a little bit of time there along that defensive front. And North Valley all bunched up, and the flag comes out on the play. And I believe, Kevin, this is the first, maybe second penalty against North Valley on the night?
I think you're correct. I think it was a false start. We had a false start on the extra point, I think, is the other flag tonight.
So they'll mark this one off, and that'll take it back to about the 35-yard line. So it'll be a 2nd down and 15 for the Knights. Here on the play, we're going to try to string it out to the right. And they're making the big-time hit. Austin Cook against Cade Moore. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Austin did a great job of just trailing behind the play, and the running back put his foot in the ground, was going to try to make a cut, and there was Austin to put a big hit on him.
Timeout. Challengers.
Timeout called on the field. Fans, Road Credit Union is your partner in your financial journey and is proud to partner with Table Rock Sports each year to bring you coverage of your favorite teams. And thank you to Avista Utilities in Southern Oregon for over 15 years in support of local sports coverage. 1:18 left to go in the first half of play. Jim McCoy along with Kevin Schaefer, special guest up here this evening. When he's not coaching baseball, every now and then we talk him into donning the headset and coming up and paying us a visit in the booth.
It's always fun. It's always fun to do. Coach Mack's plenty better at it, but it's always fun to do.
Well, he's got to get out once in a while. Of course, Mark and Nancy celebrating their 40th anniversary.
Oh, congratulations to them.
So they're out cruising the East Coast.
So I guess a fairly good reason to miss the game then.
Yeah, every once in a while. Well, good grief. It's been 17 years we've been doing this.
Wow. It is definitely enhanced athletics in general in the Valley. We do baseball games and basketball games, and it's pretty awesome stuff.
And here on the play on 3rd down, nice run there by Dahlberg. Dahlberg took what was a 3rd and long and gets them to where they're within a couple of yards of the 1st down.
48-yard line.
Maybe in some situations a team would take the conservative approach, but maybe here, after that momentum builder, they'll go for it.
Well, and I think with what their punting's been, you're better off going for it here anyway.
So 4th down and 2. So Cypher and company come out of the huddle. Dahlberg in the backfield. Moore in motion. Dahlberg going to take the carry, and it pays off. They pick up the 1st down.
Dahlberg, the ball carrier.
So the Knights move the sticks.
Challenger, 45
I believe this may be the first time they've been in Challenger territory all night.
It is.
And I think, what do you think? Maybe with 25 seconds, maybe they take a shot right here?
Yeah, I can see them trying to run that play where they just throw it up for the big 6'4" wide receiver. So I can see that being your play, kind of gain some more yardage I believe they still have 2 timeouts, so they have a chance to try to get some points on the board and go into halftime feeling a little bit better about the first half.
Thank you to Sherm's Thunderbird Market and Food for Less in Southern Oregon for 30 years of sponsorship with Table Rock Sports. Great community partners. If you shop at Sherm's, they will save you money.
It's funny because I'm sure Coach Sean is just frothing at the mouth right now, and it's been a pretty good first half defensively, but perfectionist at its finest.
Cypher going to draw back, and he is looking long. He airs it out beyond his intended target.
Good coverage by Hutt.
Hutt and Walker. He and Cool both are freshmen. So
yes.
You mentioned it with the challengers in the program. I believe only 4 seniors on this challenger football squad this year, and so they'll have plenty coming back next year.
Yeah, and it's a lot like we dealt with this last spring in baseball. We had 3 seniors, and so those young kids play early, and they're pretty good players.
Cypher this time completes the pass, but Hutton Walker right there on the coverage. Pass complete, and Friedman there climbing the golden ladder to get it. And the Knights find themselves just short of the first down. North Valley going to go ahead and call the timeout right here. And I want to remind you, coming up at halftime, we'll have the presentation of the homecoming court. And then also we'll have some highlights, some stats from the first half. But did you know that the City of Medford is the largest provider of community recreation classes, programs, and sport in Southern Oregon? Check out the fall program guide for hundreds of offerings at playmedford.com. A 3rd down and 2.
Be interesting to see if they take a couple shots with 13 seconds. They only got 1 timeout left.
Right.
Can't really complete anything short. It looks like I think they're going to have to take a few shots here.
Well, we've seen North Valley go to the air just a little bit more here as opposed to early in the game.
At the 37-yard line.
They're going to go ahead and hand this one off. I think they're hoping to maybe catch the challengers off guard. They do pick up first down yardage on the play as they work their way down to about the 31. And there's 9 seconds left. Dahlberg moving the chains. And a quick timeout.
Knights call their final timeout.
30-yard line.
So now the ball down at the 30. We want to welcome back Libert's Carpet 1 of Medford and Grants Pass, State Farm agent Rory Wold of Medford, and Crater Car Wash in the Rogue Valley. We thank you for partnering with Table Rock Sports again in 2025. 3 great additions to our sponsor roster. Challenger defense making its way back out on the field. Out there we've got Austin Cook along with Alex Fianaka, Caleb Parker, Tucker Maben, Michael Covey, Seth Scaglione. In the secondary, Bryson Walker, Derek Farmer.
25's out here to the right.
Friedman, and they go his direction. Little jump ball there, and he couldn't hold on.
Good job of knocking it away by Hutt. Hutt or Skaggs, actually. Scaglione, Caleb Scaglione.
And he does excellent work on that corner. I look front to back, Kevin, and I try to look for where there might be a hole, and I just don't see one on that defense.
Yeah, no, the defense has been really, really good this year. And Coach Sean and his staff, they do a great job. They always do. Their adjustments at halftime and just my time observing is it's pretty impressive stuff, just the things that they can do and change and tweak to give them the advantage.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 10. 5 seconds to go. Ball at the 30. Cypher. Ball hangs high in the air, and it's knocked around on the jump. Ball falls to the turf, incomplete. And that will take us to halftime. And at the half, Cascade Christian in command and leading by a score of 35-0. We will go ahead and pause for messages, and then when we return, we'll have the presentation of the homecoming court here on TableRockSports.net.
Hayden Sean.
Enjoy Abby's Pizza at your place. Close your eyes and you can taste old-fashioned values, classic pizza parlor decor, and generations of tradition. Recreate that magic. Open your eyes and head to abbys.com. With pickup and delivery options, no matter where you dine, Abby's just tastes better.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon, with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit hartinsurance.com.
Here's a good-looking pizza, guaranteed to bring some smiles. And right now, it's on sale, so it's good for your wallet too. This giant is loaded with toppings and can feed up to 6 people. Order at abbys.com. Give us a call or just drop by. Only at Abby's Legendary Pizza.
The Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Luxurious Karastan flooring. The flooring you need to live beautifully. It's time to enjoy savings with style during the National Karastan Month Journey into Savings event. Get a free Karastep carpet cushion and capture the lowest prices of the season with every purchase. And ask about special zero-interest financing during National Karastan Month, exclusively at both Lippert's Carpet One locations, Medford and Grants Pass.
The Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
2025 Homecoming Court presentation. Our Homecoming Court has been chosen by their classmates, and we present them to you now. Our first seniors are John Heimbach and Paige Cohey. John is the son of Josh Heimbach and Rebecca Werner. He attends Grace Lutheran Church in Ashland. John is an avid runner and has participated on the CCHS cross-country and track teams. He enjoys running the tech at his church, and his hobbies include reading, writing, and playing video games. When he graduates, John plans to attend George Fox University and become a physical therapist. John Heimbach. Paige Cohey is the daughter of Brian and Amy Cohey. She attends Journey Church. During her high school career, Paige has competed on the tennis, volleyball, cross country, and basketball teams. Paige enjoys skiing and volunteering with the Children's Teddy Bear Hospital. After high school, Paige plans to attend college to become a pediatric occupational therapist. Ladies and gentlemen, Paige Cohey. Next are Isaac Betaloo Young and Juliet Hain. Isaac is the son of Martin and Kendall Young. He attends Journey Church. Isaac has been on both the cross-country and track and field teams. He has served on the school's ASB team for 2 years and volunteers at Grace Christian and Wilderness Trail Summer Camp. His hobbies include hanging out with friends and building Legos with his nephew Walker. After graduation, Isaac plans to attend and continue running at the collegiate level and to graduate with a degree in elementary education. Isaac Betaloo Young. Juliet is the daughter of Sean and Esther Hain. She attends Cornerstone Christian Fellowship. When she is not representing the CCHS swim team, Juliet enjoys service and also volunteered as a counselor at the Wilderness Trails Summer Camp. Juliet's hobbies include napping, shopping, watching reality TV, and hanging out with her brother Seb. After graduation, Juliet will attend Grand Canyon University, where she will major in business management and minor in healthcare administration. Juliet Payne. Next are Jesse Burke and Grace McCauley. Jesse is the son of Kim Burke. He attends Edgewater Christian Fellowship. Jesse enjoys golf, motorcycles, and mechanics. When he is not working, Jesse enjoys learning about the sales industry. He plans to pursue a career in sales post-high school. Jesse Burke. Grace is the daughter of John and Angel McCauley. She attends Grace Point Fellowship. At CCHS, Grace has played 4 years of varsity volleyball and is on track to compete 4 years of varsity basketball as well. In her spare time, she enjoys going to the dunes, boating, camping, and being with her loved ones. After graduation, Grace plans to get her BSN to become a labor and delivery nurse. Grace McCauley. Next are Derek Farmer and Blakely Schaffler. Derek is the son of Darren and Alice Farmer. He attends Rogue Valley Fellowship. At CCHS, Derek is a multi-sport athlete who has participated in football, basketball, track and field, and baseball. When he is not distinguishing himself in the athletic arena, Derek enjoys camping, fishing, hunting, and coaching youth sports. After graduation, Derek wants to continue his football career and get his bachelor's in business and communication. Derek Farmer. Blakely is the daughter of Jacob and Natasha Schaffler. She attends New Beginnings Church. This is Blakely's first year at Cascade Christian, and she competes on the volleyball team. When she's not playing volleyball, Blakely enjoys boating, camping, showing animals in 4-H, and watching college volleyball with her family. After high school, Blakely wants to attend beauty school. Blakely Schaffler. Next up are Nash Crisp and Lauren Todd. Nash is the son of Mike and Andrea Crisp. He attends Savage Street Church of Christ. Nash has participated in the CCHS cross-country, basketball, and baseball teams. When he's not volunteering at his church or serving on the ASB team as the chapel student lead, he works for his parents at Fort Knox Mailbox. After high school, Nash wants to be a missionary in Liberia. Nash Crisp. Lauren is the daughter of Michael and Donnell Todd. She attends Eagle Point Community Bible Church. At CCHS, Lauren has played on the tennis and basketball teams and is currently serving as the ASB Vice President. She enjoys riding dirt bikes, serving at Grace Elementary School, and riding horses. Lauren plans to attend Liberty University and obtain a master's in forensic psychology and minor in Spanish. Lauren Todd. Next up are David Chamberlain and Elise Lane. David is the son of Chris and Erica Chamberlain. He attends Eagle Point Community Bible Church. David is a multi-sport athlete, having participated in tennis, trap shooting, and soccer at CCHS. When he is not competing, David enjoys serving at Eagle Point Community's Bible Camp for kids and has served as an intern in the engineering department at Nick Industries. After high school, David wants to get a degree in mechanical engineering and business management. David Chamberlain. Elise Lane. Elise is the daughter of Don and Diane Lane. She attends Eagle Point Community Bible Church. In addition to participating in volleyball, basketball, and trap shooting at CCHS, Elise is our current ASB president and one of the Sparrow ambassadors. In her spare time, Elise has no spare time, but she has volunteered with the MPD's SWAT team and Grace Elementary. After high school, she plans to attend Texas A&M, where she will participate in the ROTC, major in psychology, minor in Spanish, and later join the Air Force. Elise Lane. Our final two seniors are Riley Wood and Ella Stofflet. Riley is the son of Nick and Christy Wood. He attends New Beginnings Church. Riley has competed on CCHS's track and field and cross-country teams. In his spare time, he enjoys writing music and spending time with friends. Riley has also served on the worship team for chapel services at CCHS. After high school, Riley wants to get a degree in engineering. Riley Wood. Ella Stofflet is the daughter of Brian and Stacy Stofflet. Ella attends Mountain Church. Miss Stofflet has been a multi-sport athlete at CCHS, playing on the volleyball, track and field, and basketball teams. She also plays club volleyball and enjoys a variety of hobbies like attending country concerts, wake surfing, working at the butcher shop, and overseeing the social media page for Student Life as a member of the CCHS ASB team. After graduation, Ella plans to attend Grand Canyon University for graphic design and sports media. Ella Stofflet. And now, the Cascade Christian High School homecoming king and queen are Derek Farmer and Ella Stofflet. Our congratulations to Derek and Ella. All right. Proud of the homecoming king and queen for Cascade Christian, Derek Farmer and Ella Stofflet. We're going to take a quick timeout, and when we return, we'll be back with our halftime report here on TableRockSports.net.
Congratulations to Ella Stofflet and Derek Farmer, and all of our couples here this evening.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
The Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Welcome back to our halftime report. Jim McCoy along with Kevin Schaefer joining me up atop the press box at Gary H. Wheeler Field, part of the Lithia Driveway Complex. And as you can see here at halftime, just as we've wrapped up the festivities for the homecoming court, that it has been all challengers first half. And that's not saying anything negative, Kevin, about this North Valley team because, you know, they've shown an ability to move the football, but it's just the challengers. I've always wondered when somebody says, well, they're imposing their will. I think this is what imposing your will kind of looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the biggest thing is you know, we're able to do what we want to do on offense, and defensively we're making North Valley do things that they're not accustomed to doing. And although North Valley did a good job of moving the ball in that last drive, got into their territory and had some big chunk plays with a couple inside runs and a big pass. And so hopefully, you know, North Valley's hoping that they can take that into the second half. And Cascade Christian, we're just staying status quo, right? We just want to continue to do what we do, and hopefully, you know, with a running clock, this half is going to go pretty quick.
Well, what's interesting about this game, no turnovers in the game. That's
No.
one thing you can give. And I think really, you know, we have seen our share of games where the last two games, the challengers won. Not a combined score, but individually, 69-0 against Klamath Union, 69-0 against Phoenix. And I think part of what's kind of helped kind of stem the tide at least a little bit is the fact that North Valley has not hurt itself with turnovers.
Yeah, really. It's really been a clean game. There hasn't been any turnovers. I think there's 2 or 3 penalties that weren't penalties that took big plays away. And so for both teams, it's been a fairly clean first half. But on the other side of that, you know, for Cascade Christian, it's been a lot better than it has been for North Valley.
Well, in terms of looking at the first half stats, this probably tells you something right here. Cascade Christian with 15 first downs, just 5 for North Valley. As a matter of fact, I think a lot of those 5 came very late in the second quarter. And maybe, started to see some momentum on behalf of the Knights going late in the half. But again, a situation where challengers haven't had to punt tonight.
Yeah. It's, I think 3 of their 5 first downs were on the last drive. For North Valley. And again, if you're Defo, Coach DeForest and his staff, you're hoping to take that into the second half and you know, find some things to work on, find some things to fix and do those and get out of this thing healthy and for both sides and see where it ends.
Looking at stats for North Valley, Gabe Dahlberg leads the way with 53 yards on 12 carries. Wyatt Knox with 4 yards on 4 carries. Shane Seifert, the quarterback, respectable numbers at 5 out of 10 for 50 yards. 4 of those completions have been to Max Friedman. Friedman with 41 yards on 4 receptions. Also have Wyatt Knox with a catch for 9 yards. And then looking on the challenger side of things, Bryson Walker with 73 yards on 10 carries. Derek Farmer, 5 rushes for 56 yards. Caleb Scaglione busted one loose for 11. On the play. Derek Farmer, 6 out of 8 passing in the first half for 100 yards and a pair of touchdowns. 2 of those catches, Caleb Scaglione, his leading receiver. Mikey Covey has a catch for 27. Alex Fianaka was on the receiving end of a 15-yard touchdown pass. Seth Scaglione has a catch for 11. And Caleb Parker has a catch for 8 yards. Defensively, kind of looking along the way here in the first half. Bryson Walker, the leading tackler, with 5.5. Seth Scaglione with a sack. And again, no forced fumbles or interceptions by either team. As far as you mentioned the penalties too, I want to take a quick look at that. But again, neither team, North Valley, only one penalty. Cascade Christian, only one penalty.
Yeah.
So you got to at least like that when, especially if you're in a situation where your team trying to look for some bright spots, and the Knights have some things that they can take with them. And now, of course, starting out the second half, it'll be the challengers with the football. And I always know that with Coach Gutman, he likes deferring the opening kick just for the purpose of maybe, in this case, getting some of that momentum back and maybe perhaps letting North Valley know that they're not going to get back into the contest.
Yeah, and it's always that they talk about the middle eight, right? Like you hear college games talk about it, and the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half. So challengers are usually teams that take advantage of that. They're teams that score late in the first half or try to score late in the first half, get the ball to start the second half, and go down and score again. And it's a 14-point turnaround, and it gives you an opportunity to kind of get some distance. And in a 35-0 game, you're kind of saying, oh, well, really, does it really matter? It may not, but 2 weeks from now, it's going to matter.
Yes,
and so I think that's what they're building to, and I think you'll see that's kind of on the mind of the challengers and their coaching staff of like preparing for what's next.
Well, and again, if you're one of the players out here in this game, even if you're on the the result isn't going the way you want, at the end of the day, you just want to play.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's been pretty clean, right? We talked about the start, what's it going to look like coming off a bye week, and it's been fairly clean. There's 2 penalties, one on challengers, one on the Knights, so that's been clean on our end. Offensively, we've taken care of the football and done kind of what we wanted to do, and defensively, other than maybe bits of that last drive for the Knights, have been really good. So.
Absolutely. Well, let's go ahead and take one final timeout, and then we'll be ready for the start of the second half. It's the Challengers and the Knights on TableRockSports.net.
Diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
The challengers will receive to begin the second half.
And we welcome you back. We're getting back here for the start of the third quarter.
Kicking off for the Knights, number 10,
Jonas Hemsley. Kick bounces down the turf. There is Bryson Walker with it. He'll run it out to near midfield. And the challengers, once again, with pretty solid field position.
Yeah, they kicked kind of a ground ball at him, and they forget that Bryson was a first-team All-League infielder, so he handled that pretty good.
47-yard line.
Thankfully, he didn't pick it up and throw it to first base.
Challengers!
Oh, man. Challengers.
Due to the score discrepancy, we had a running clock for the remainder of the game.
And it's just been announced by Tim O'Sullivan that it will be a running clock for the remainder of the ball game. Farmer out of the shotgun. And he's going to go ahead and look to take off, and he's being chased, strings it out, and good defensive pursuit there by North Valley. There's Wyatt Bell wearing number 31, 6 foot, 175-pound senior with the defense. Challengers really don't get much anything out of it.
No, Parker did a good job of kind of letting go of his defender. He was about ready to get caught with the hold, and he did a good job of kind of letting it go and just taking the results of the play, which ended up a no gain, but lived to fight another day.
2nd down and 10 for the Challengers. Opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Walker, the single setback. Farmer will swing it out for Scaglione. Scaglione trying to shake loose a defender there on the stop.
Looks like they're going to give him the first down.
Jonas Hemsley there. And the Challengers, though, pick up first down.
With running clock, that's the other thing. Some of these stats you have to realize, too, is I don't know if we haven't had a game where it hasn't been running clock in the second half. So
you would have to, go all the way back to the Vale game?
Yeah. And so what really happens is you get 2 or 3 possessions in the second half.
Well, I think I remember one game in the second half. They had 2 possessions, 2 plays, 2 touchdowns.
Yes.
North Valley putting up a valiant fight tonight there. Catch made by Seth Scaglione. And the fresh set of downs for the Challengers.
And they did this a couple weeks ago against Phoenix, where they came out in the second half and let Derek kind of cut it loose a little bit. And, get the passing game up to par with the running game. And so we'll continue to see if that's what they're going to do.
Trips to the right for the Challengers. Fianaka lined up as a tight end to the left side. And they'll hand it to Walker. Walker's going to bust through the hole.
Great move.
He gets inside the 10.
Face mask.
Inside, and there's a penalty flag coming in late.
About the 20, Bryson put a little juke on the defender and got to the outside. Looked like when he was tackled at the end, it was a face mask.
So this will move the...
Indication is a face mask against North Valley.
Move the ball. Well, he was taken down to right around the 5-yard line, as I recall. And
yeah, so what, half the distance?
So this will further lessen the degree of difficulty on this play.
Challengers!
Clock running with 8:15 to go in the 3rd. Scaglione in motion. Farmer going to go ahead and take off and run with it. He'll take care of it himself. And the Challengers score the touchdown.
Great decision by Derek on that little read. If he had handed it off to Scaglione, he'd have been tackled for a loss, but instead he kept it and got in for the touchdown.
At the 8:03 mark.
Well, in this offense, Kevin, I think one of the things that's so important is that ability to make reads. It's the idea to, a quarterback in this spread offense has decisions to make on every play, and there can be some that'll be good. There are those that are even better, and he's really grown in that area.
Well, and the thing too is traditionally, I mean, you look at our quarterbacks the last 3 or 4 years with Ashton Moody and Derek Farmer, they're a big part of the run game.
Mm-hmm.
They're a huge part of the run game. So being able to do that is a big piece to the offense.
Alex Fianaka knocks it right down Broadway. It is good. 7:18 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Challengers lead 42-0. We'll take a timeout, and then we'll be back with more here on TableRockSports.net.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you. Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes in stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Kickoff is into the end zone.
And into the end zone. Well, Alex hasn't lost any juice.
Nope, he's got a good rest over halftime, and the festivities were awesome. The PA guy was okay. He didn't ruin anything, so it was good. He's getting it back.
Well, you know what I've learned, Kevin, is over the years I can get a stat wrong. I can probably miss on a couple of things. Just make sure you get the kid's name right.
Yes, there was a name on here when I was looking at the Knights roster that.
That I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, and I was nervous. I didn't want to mess anything up.
Tueni Nunez do Anarak.
Yes.
Taifaruki.
Yeah.
My story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, well, and it's funny because I give everybody gives me a bad time because it's Patro. What I've called him Patero, I've called him 7 different things, and it's just funny because Blake now just looks at me and shakes his head when I say his name. So.
Oh no! And kids will mess with you too.
Yes, they will.
That'll be a first down and 10 for the Knights, and a couple of yards on the carry. Actually, excuse me, that this now will set up a third down and about 8.
Couldn't tell who the other challenger was, but Wyatt Hurley was one of those in on the tackle.
Well, and you learn after a while, the kids have nicknames. Actually, Wyatt is in my broadcasting
Number
class.
4, Caleb Garland.
You wouldn't think it was like him,
but
quite kid, but really, he's got some chops, and learned that his nickname is the Big Womp.
Yeah, the Womp Womp, yep. They baseball season, that's what you hear Grady Sickler calling him all the time. YY and Womp.
And then at other times, Peterbilt.
Yeah, he's a big kid. He's a kid that, as a freshman, was kind of a little passive and didn't know if he was going to play football his sophomore year. And I told him he needed to because he needed to be tougher.
Yeah.
And he's a kid that last year and obviously this year has really grown into himself.
Gain of 2 to the 35-yard line.
No, he's a good guy to have the program because, I'm telling you probably something you don't already know abundantly is I think the tough part of it is you're one of those big kids. They're gentle giants, and you have to teach them not to be quite so gentle.
Yes, he is a gentle giant, but he's another one that competitive bone is pretty big.
And here the punt from Hemsley. That will end up landing out of bounds just past midfield, and that'll be where the challengers will take it over and start to see some signs maybe perhaps of the second unit coming in.
Yeah, looks like Jacoby Getman is now in at quarterback.
First down.
And then it looks like we've got big Aiden Slack coming in along the offensive line, number 72. Now, Cool will stay in there along with Wyatt Hurley.
Brady Dorner looks like he's in on the offensive line.
And then you've got Caleb Parker still out there, and you mentioned Jacoby. Mikey Covey in the backfield, also checking in as Jackson Freilich. I tell you one thing you almost never run out of in this program are Freilichs and Scaglionis.
Yeah, I've come to learn that.
I haven't quite caught up to the Getmans, and I'm not sure that they will, but. And here with the carry, Mikey Covey.
Mikey's one of those kids that probably, in other programs, he's probably your starting tailback.
Yes.
But with Bryson and Skaggs and, he's a kid that, again, we kind of forget, you alluded to earlier, that we kind of forget how fast he really is.
Right. Challengers! Well, he adds a little color to your program, too. He's a character.
Mikey's one of our baseball kids, and Mikey's Mikey. Great kid, but Mikey's Mikey.
And here are the challengers. Gutman in at quarterback, Jacoby, that is. And he's going to go ahead and take off with the ball.
There's going to be a flag, yep.
Ooh, and now we got flags, penalty flags coming in. A little pushing and shoving at the end of the play, and, well, I think that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, Jacoby was giving himself up and then took a pretty good hit when he was sliding. And it looks like some of our offensive linemen took offense to that.
Yeah, I think that's putting it diplomatically. But, you know, and it's kind of one of those deals that I would imagine as a coach or as a fan, it's the type of deal. There's one part of you that says, you know, let the officials work this thing out. And then there's other part of you that says, well, he's, you know, Jacoby knows that his teammates have his back.
You have to be mad so everybody can see that you're mad that they did it.
Right.
But then in the background, you're patting them on the butt saying, hey, good job of taking care of your teammates.
Well, you know what? It reminds me of the old movie Hoosiers.
Yes.
Where it's the type of deal where Gene Hackman gets in the referee's face and he says, I'll never let you hear the end of it. You don't throw me out right now.
Yeah.
And tease him up and sends him off. And, you know, because he's kind of looking to rally the team at some point. Not that I've ever tried any of that in my lifetime. These headsets have a real way of taming a person.
Well, I have my athletic director on staff, so he helps tame me in the spring.
That always helps.
Yes, it does.
Penalties will offset.
It looks like they were offsetting penalties on both sides.
Well, and that's the type of thing that kind of makes sense. You got to get the one guy. It's like he gave himself up, and you got to protect the quarterback that way. And then, as far as the reaction to it, it's like, well, really, you're not supposed to do that.
Right.
Quarterback for the Challengers, number 13, Jacoby Gitman.
So it'll bring up a second down and 9. 2:58 left to go in the third quarter of play. Gutman will throw in the direction of Freilich. Freilich has some running room. He has a path and ends up being pushed out of bounds as he gets inside the 25.
It's the one thing I'm always impressed with our receivers is how well they block on the perimeter. They do a good job of being the guy that wants to break the guy loose. Seth Scaglione did a good job of kind of maintaining the block and letting Freilich get loose.
Well, and there's another one of those situations where you talked about unemployed punters. I think receivers who don't block are unemployed with the Challengers as well. And it's one of those things where you know that you go out and throw a block for your teammate that's going to come back to you. Meanwhile, it is Covey with it. Covey making his way down the sideline, and he gives as well as he gets.
Looks like there's a flag on the play.
Covey, the ball carrier. Penalty flag following the play.
What you don't want is you don't want the second half to get real chippy, and
right.
So you may see a few more flags just of the officials trying to rein everything in and keep everybody safe.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need it getting out of hand, and probably more so at the City League level.
Yes.
Or sometimes in college ball, you see those situations where things begin to boil over. But, oddly enough, to be fair, I got to say, some of the craziest thing I've seen in that regard actually is in soccer.
Yes. Soccer can get, for a non-contact sport, it's pretty physical.
Yeah. Well, that was my son's chosen sport, and it could get pretty physical at times. Right now, we got a penalty, and this is going to go.
Well, it looked like the first one was holding on the Challengers, and then so they'll march off the holding, and then they'll march off the personal foul. So the official getting his steps in.
He's getting his steps in. You knew exactly what I was thinking. 1:12 left to go in the third quarter of play. This, after the penalties are sorted out, will put the ball at the 15-yard line.
Against North Valley. Ball is placed at the 16-yard line. First down, Challengers!
Looks like we have new entry into the game, Jeremiah Abbott, freshman. Joining Getman in the backfield. Got two receivers out to the right, one to the left, and the one
Nice
on the
catch.
left is Seth Scaglione.
It's the one thing I don't think people realize is that Jacoby spins the ball pretty good. Jacoby Getman, when he throws it, it's a pretty good ball, and that's a pretty good snag by Seth Scaglione, kind of like when he's in the outfield for us.
Well, as a matter of fact, this year at the Hidden Valley game, Jacoby's first career varsity touchdown pass went to none other than Seth Scaglione. I think that's a connection as we move forward to next year, and Derek and Caleb graduate to watch that one next year.
Yeah, it looks like number 9 is in now at receiver.
Craig Merrihew, sophomore. In motion is Freilich.
And that is the end of the third quarter.
And the whistle blows. And that means that's the end of the third quarter of play. We'll take a timeout and be back with the fourth right after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for 30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as a fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning...
I'm going to go with Parker.
Getting ready to start the fourth quarter play here.
Over to the alumni 10. That's all the
Challengers with the ball. Abbott in the backfield along with Jacoby Getman. Rowan Erickson as a slot to the right side. And also looks like we have Channing Driscoll split out wide right.
Looks like we've
got Abbott there, and he'll pick up a couple of yards on the play. Gets the Challengers close to a first down.
Looks like he's going to be about 1.5 yards short, maybe 2 yards.
So that'll bring up a third down and short.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Jarrow will end up picking up 3 on the play.
Third down and 2.
And then we got another substitution coming in for Cascade Christian. And I don't have him on my roster. Number 34.
Jeremiah Abbott was the ball carrier on the previous play.
See Craig Merrihew in the slot. Driscoll split out wide right. Got to see him get off a nice touchdown catch and run last couple of weeks ago in the Phoenix game.
34 might be Kinston Geig.
You know what? I think you're right. Meanwhile, Abbott with the football. You think he got enough forward momentum to get that first down?
Yes, he did.
All right.
Looks like the ball's going to be at the 5.
Jeremiah is in my broadcasting class, and I tell you what, that kid loves his fantasy football. Well, you let him do his own little podcast where he kind of tells you guys to look out for. One of the waiver pickups he suggested was Aronde Gadsden, the second from the Chargers, and Gadsden for the Chargers made him look pretty good last night.
Well, that's good. It's good to hear stories like that.
Yeah. So first and goal for the Challengers at the 5, and you want to hear his report, you can tune into Hope Radio tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Abbott, this time he gets followed up by the Knight defense.
Abbott on the carry.
And that'll bring up second down.
Jaden Huffman again making the tackle.
This is a good time for some of these younger kids to get in and get some varsity experience. And
well, to me, for that reason, I don't find these portions of ball games to be boring because it's fun to watch the young guys get in, and you start to get a little bit of a snapshot. I see Elijah Condello has checked in for the Challengers wearing number 22.
Yeah, and as a coaching staff, you get to see those kids at the varsity level too. That's always a good thing.
We got trip receivers out to the right. Getman taking his time. Drops back, throws. The pass is caught. Elijah Condello, touchdown Challengers.
Nice pass by Jacoby Getman and a great catch. Condello held on to it.
Elijah Condello, welcome to the show. That's his first.
On the reception, number 22, Elijah Condello.
He making his first varsity touchdown. Sophomore.
The 8:55 mark of the fourth quarter.
And you know, that's going to it was like when Tucker Maben had that fumble recovery and ran it in for a touchdown. You know, he's going to live for weeks off of that.
Yes, he is.
Get to make a highlight on homecoming night, no less.
It was great because I was in the press box doing the clock and watching Tucker scoop and score with Coach Maben in the building was pretty good.
And the point after attempt is blocked. Well, that would be where I could make jokes about Tucker and just tell him, yeah, Tucker, your touchdown was the most exciting 2 minutes in sports.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And Dad still says he's faster than him, so we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right. Hey, folks, want to remind you that for almost 50 years, Bill's Glass has been the clear choice in Southern Oregon for your home, vehicle, or business needs. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass supports our schools and our communities. Also invite you to discover the vibrant lifestyle at Twin Creeks Retirement in Central Point. Enjoy spacious apartments, gourmet dining, and enriching activities in a welcoming community. Learn more at TwinCreeksRetirement.com. Jim McCoy here along with Kevin Schaefer and Colton Treadway on the camera. Been a busy evening here. Clock stopped with 8:22 left to go in the contest. Running clock time, and now the Challengers leading in the contest by a score of 48-0. Alex Fianaka getting ready to kick it away. Cade Moore will be back deep to receive, and we'll see if he gets the opportunity to return one here. Because now, as I understand in high school, unlike the pros, if it goes into the end zone, you can't do anything with it, right?
I believe so. I think it has to go fully into the end zone because a couple weeks ago I can't remember who we were playing, but I felt like there was a kid that caught one right on the goal line.
Yeah.
And it used to be just dead, but I think now the ball has to be in the end zone.
All right. Fianaka getting set to kick it away. End over end kick. And the Knights will take it at the 20.
Into the end zone for touchback.
So we still have 8 minutes and change of football.
First down, Knights.
Knights come out, see if they can't go ahead and put one on the board here late. Take a little bit of the edge off the Knight. Now, speaking of North Valley, they'll be in action. They'll wrap up their regular season against Klamath Union, and they'll be at home next Friday night, while the Challengers will be here at Lithia Driveway Fields getting ready to take on Lakeview for senior night.
Well, I think the nice thing for the Knights is that I think they should be in. I know that the Southern Oregon Conference, I was going to say Far West League, takes 2 teams to the playoffs, and so there's still an upside for the Knights.
On first down and taking over.
Ball's out.
It's the loose and is picked up by the Challengers.
Covey picked it up.
Covey with the football, and he'll run it back to about the 12-yard line. We're just about to tell you that North Valley put in Caleb Garland at quarterback and fumble on the play. The Challengers have it now with 7:30 left to go in the contest.
Looked like Bryson Walker might have been the one that stripped it, and then Covey picked it up and got a good run off of it.
So on offense, we see Rowan Erickson checking in. He's there with Driscoll, Merrihew, and Condello. Jeremiah Abbott in the backfield. Slack in as a guard. Looks like we also have Ryan Froughton in the ball game. And here, trying to carry the football, trying to muscle his way forward is Jeremiah Abbott. He'll pick up about a yard on the play to bring up second down.
Looks like both teams have some reserves in.
After a gain of 1, second down.
So with the pickup of 1, that'll bring up a second down to 9 for the Challengers. Ball at the 10-yard line. Clock running with 6:20 left to go. Getman eating up clock. Swings a pass out to Condello. Condello has running room, and he's in for another one.
Pass complete to Elijah Condello.
Elijah Condello with his second touchdown of the night.
Good ball by Getman, and then Condello doing the rest. Did a nice run, some good blocking out in front of him for his second touchdown of the night and of the year.
Well, I like if there's one thing that comes out of these lopsided wins for the Challengers, right now, Getman, for a freshman, is picking up a lot of valuable experience that will no doubt serve him well.
Absolutely, and I mean, knock on wood, probably you're back up to Farmer. So if something were to happen, is to Farmer being a two-way guy, you got to feel pretty comfortable that Getman could handle the duties.
Point after attempt by Fianaka is good.
I think that hit my truck again.
We need to get a body shop sponsor.
I'm telling you, all my years on that baseball field, I park in the same spot, and I've been hit more tonight than I have in any baseball season.
Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on TableRockSports.net.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
$55-0 your score as Alex Fianaka gets set to kick it away for the Challengers.
I'll tell you what's been great, Jim, is seeing our cheerleaders back in action. It's my first couple of years here, we didn't have them. Last year, I know we had a cheerleading crew, and what they add to the programs is phenomenal. So it's great to see them out here.
Yes, and boy, do they get a lot of exercise.
Those jumping jacks every time we score.
But no, it's been good to see that program work its way back after a couple of years and have that going again. And just, the nice thing is there's so many different ways for a kid to be a part of the high school experience aside from playing the game.
Absolutely.
Whether it's being part of the band. And I say that having my oldest daughter being a marching band kid.
Oh, there you go.
Back in the day, back at Crater High School. And, got a good student section, too. Meanwhile, North Valley with the football, crossing the 25 up to about the 28. And trying to make the number out from here.
Austin Wheeler on the carry.
It is Wheeler with the carry. Boston Wheeler, sophomore, getting some touches here late.
Well, and one thing you see, especially at the smaller school levels, is a lot of these teams don't travel with a lot of kids.
No, they don't.
You know, you get programs that have 22, 23 kids, so you know, being able to get these kids in at this time of the game is a good thing.
Absolutely. North Valley.
Dahlberg, the ball carrier.
And Dahlberg picking up
Mandello in on the
yardage,
tackle.
and that will set up a...
No gain on the play. Third down.
It'll be about a 3rd down and 3. And we'll go ahead and hand up the middle, and nice little run there by the North Valley Knights. And emerging from the pile.
They've got some good yardage on that first guy through.
That's now here's a name up in the Grants Pass area, Stickler, Oliver Stickler.
Yeah.
You get up in that Three Rivers School District, that's a name over a couple of generations I've heard more than once. Now here, 1st down carry.
Like tackle by Maven and Cool.
Stickler again on the
Hawk
carry.
continuing to run. Stickler there picking up 3 yards on the play.
2-yard gain on the play.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Clock down to 2:45 to go.
Hayden Slack in on the stop.
Hand off to Dahlberg. Dahlberg, just as he starts to approach the 45-yard line, is pulled down, and
Nate Cool and Wyatt Hurley.
so that'll bring up
Ethan
3rd
Poole, among
down.
others, in on the tackle.
Clock winding its way down to 2:15.
Looks like they gave him forward progress.
We'll put that at the 44.
They have one on the play.
44.
Ball at the 44-yard line. 3rd down.
With the win, Challengers will raise their record to 8-0 on the year, remain undefeated in league, while North Valley absorbs its first loss in league play, and their overall record goes to 5-3.
Yeah, and their 3 losses are to number 1 Cascade Christian and number 5 Siuslaw, number 3 Burns. I think are going to be their 3 losses. So they're a good club.
Yeah, they are. Well, you mentioned the run that they did last year.
On the 44-yard line. 4th down.
Being kind of that dark horse. But when I think about, you know, where the program was, of course, COVID did a number on everybody.
Yeah.
And some more than others. But what Coach DeForest is going on here is positive, and wish them well as they go forward with it. Now carrying the football.
Oh, didn't
Shaking
get it.
And bacon. And
are they going to give it to him?
there with the carry is Boston Wheeler.
Oh, nope, didn't give it to him.
Boston Wheeler on the carry. Mikey Covey in on the stop.
Covey making the stop, and
Play was short of the line of game.
so just
Ball is turned over on downs.
short, and now the Challengers.
I'll be surprised if the Challengers run a play here.
I got a feeling we'll see victory formation here.
Ball at the
Some kind of
48-yard
kneel
line.
down.
1st down. Challengers!
And Getman does the kneel down, and that should just
Getman
about
takes a
do
knee.
it. And so the Challengers
win.
victorious on homecoming night. Cascade Christian wins the ball game,
Our final score,
55-0.
55.
We'll take a timeout, and then we'll be back with a quick post-game wrap-up here on TableRockSports.net.
Challengers now 8-0 on the season.
enjoy Abby's Pizza at your place. Close your eyes and you can taste old-fashioned values, classic pizza parlor decor, and generations of tradition. Recreate that magic. Open your eyes and head to abbys.com. With pickup and delivery options, no matter where you dine, Abby's just tastes better.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon, with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit heartinsurance.com.
Here's a good-looking pizza, guaranteed to bring some smiles. And right now, it's on sale, so it's good for your wallet, too. This giant is loaded with toppings and can feed up to 6 people. Order at abbys.com. Give us a call or just drop by. Only at Abby's Legendary Pizza.
Do us a favor, if you see trash around, please pick it up, put it in the nearest receptacle. That would all help us out tremendously. Please take the trash, pick it up.
All right, welcome back to Lithia Driveway Field. Cascade Christian Challengers win 55-0. Well, I guess, Kevin, when you talk about a game like this, it's the Challengers taking care of business. That you just week by week you take on what's on your schedule, and you go out and get the job done, and you do so against a North Valley team that will see in the playoffs.
No, absolutely, and it, again, you come into it and it's a number 1 versus number 5 matchup, and the Challengers come out and put themselves in a good spot. It's not the start that obviously North Valley wanted, and it just was kind of an uphill battle for them, but they're going to bounce back. Coach DeForest and his staff do a good job and have done a great job of building that program back, and so it's eyes on the prize, right? It's league championships are always great to win, but those second seasons of the playoffs are really what you're doing this for, right? And I think Coach Getman and his staff got to be pleased with where our kids are at, and our offense and defense and special teams, and so those are things that they'll continue to work with, and eventually it's going to be a Burns or a Banks or a Vale.
Well, and I would imagine you would concur with this. Sometimes you learn more from a defeat than you do from a victory.
Absolutely. And you try to – I think Coach Ketman did a good job in the preseason of some of the games they played, a Vale, a Henley, to kind of prepare them for the playoffs. It's similar to what we do in baseball with our preseason stuff, and – you want to play good teams, and sometimes in league you get into some of these lopsided games, but you learn from them, and you build on them, and you get good film, and you tweak things, and you come out next week better.
Taking a look at the stats from the game, Gabe Dahlberg led the way with 15 carries for 56 yards on the night, so a productive night for him. Oliver Strickler had 29 yards on 6 carries. Then Boston Wheeler with 11 yards on 2 carries. Shane Seifert, quarterback, 5 out of 10 with 50 yards passing. Max Friedman, leading receiver, with 4 catches for 41 yards. Over on the Challengers side, Bryson Walker, 11 rushes, 97 yards, 3 touchdowns. Derek Farmer with 60 yards on 7 carries and a rushing touchdown to go with 8 out of 10 passing for 121 yards and a pair of scores, while Gatman comes off the bench, 4 out of 4 for a pair of touchdowns himself.
Oh, quarterback controversy.
You got it. Elijah Condello with a pair of touchdown catches in reserve. Caleb Scaglione leading the way in yardage with 39 yards on 2 catches. Mike Covey had 37 yards on 2 receptions. Seth Scaglione got the most catches tonight with 3 for 26. Well, that'll wrap up tonight's ball game, where your final score is the Cascade Christian Challengers 55 and the North Valley Knights nothing. Once again, Coach Schaefer, it's good to see you. I know Mark will still continue to be on vacation next week, and let's do this again.
Absolutely.
All
Thanks
right.
for having me.
Sounds like fun. Our executive producer for Table Rock Sports is Joe Brett. For my cameraman, Colton Treadway, and for Kevin Schaefer, I'm Jim McCoy saying thank you for joining us, and have a great night.